I'm not going out with you now. What are you, crazy? Get out of my car. Get out of my smart car.
What's going on, guys? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this movie review of Life as We Know It. This is a romantic comedy drama film that was released in 2010. And the director was Greg Berlanti. And it stars Katherine Heigl as Holly Barrison and Josh Duhamel as Eric Messer. And then they also have, other actors and actresses, and I'll list them in a minute. But this is the Blu-ray. And there's also y'all know the DVD usually comes along with the Blu-ray. That's if you want to watch the DVD. And this extra crap that they have with it. But anyway, you also got Josh Lucas as Sam, who is the doctor. You got Deray Davis as Lonnie, y'all know the comedian. Melissa McCarthy as Dee Dee. Sarah Burns as Janine, or she's the social worker. Christina Hendricks as Allison Novak, and Hayes MacArthur as Peter Novak. Now, I remember I've seen this movie when it first came out. I actually watched this in the theater. I was a little anticipated for it because, I kind of dig Katherine Heigl. So I was like, I remember Josh Duhamel on the Transformers movie. That's when I first saw him. That was where he was mostly known for. I'm going to tell y'all the whole plot of the movie, but not any spoilers. Y'all know I don't like to give too much spoilers. So the movie starts off with Holly, who is an owner of a bakery in Atlanta, while Eric Messer is a technical sports director for the Atlanta Hawks. So what happens at the beginning of the movie? It takes place back in 2007. The married couple, who is Allison and Peter Novak, they hook Holly up on a date. So, which happened to be Eric Messer. He arrived like an hour late or something like that, and she was just sitting there waiting for him to, pick her up to go on a date.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you, Messer.
Why late?
Just an hour, but I just finished getting ready, and Allison said it was your MO, so.
Now, when they went outside, it shows that he arrived in a bike instead of a car. And she told him that she wasn't quite ready yet for, a bike ride.
Where's your car?
Right here. Here you go.
Oh!
Come on.
So she decided to go in her car, which is a little damn car, by the way. I'm sorry, but it's a little car.
My car's right here, and it's new, so I love driving it.
It's a sweet ride.
Thanks. Hop in!
And they're getting ready to leave out, and she asks him, did you set any reservations? He was like, no, I didn't, I forgot. We can just go in a restaurant or whatever, that's what he said. Now that they're talking to each other about certain stuff, all of a sudden, that's when Eric's, or I'll call him Messer, that's when Messer's phone rung, his cell phone, and is playing the Trina song called...
It's just my cell phone.
I figured
ahead.
You can answer it.
No, it'll go to voicemail.
Right? Holly just told him this answer and it's fine. So he answers the phone. He's like,
hey, you. You know me, always in the middle of something.
And then he tried to play it off cool and said, why don't we see each other at a certain time? So when he got off the phone with that person, Holly was like,
So,
we don't have to do this.
really? Okay.
Everything just a total mess.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Okay, let's be honest. You knew the moment you saw me, you didn't like me.
They started getting in a little small argument, and he just told her straight up, look,
We get drunk and we hook up.
What kind of an asshole are you?
Look, it's a Saturday night. I just want to have some fun.
Oh!
She just pretty much called him out on the little date he tried to secretly plan in front of her.
Here's a tip. Don't show up an hour late and don't make a booty call in front of me.
She's sick.
So she was like,
Get out of my car! Get out of my smart car!
I always love that part. So basically everything just went in shambles and she told her friend Allison to ask for a date for this guy again. But unfortunately, so the wife was friends with Holly and the husband was friends with Messer. So they kind of really didn't have no choice but to meet up with each other. And they had a newborn baby, the married couple. They had a newborn baby named Sophie. And then later on, they were celebrating their first birthday of Sophie. At the store, at her bakery store, Holly always had a crush on this guy named Sam, who is Josh Lucas' character. He was like one of her regulars that got the usual stuff. She already knew what he wanted before he even said it. And then Deray Davis played a little part on there, kind of like her partner or her co-worker or something like that. So he's trying to boost her that, hey, just go on a date with this guy named Sam, you know, and she tried to find a number that he like entered in one of the baskets, kind of like a raffle or whatever it was, but no avail. So later on, the married couple, Allison and Peter Novak, and then what happened? The baby Sophie, what they didn't know, the married couple left Holly and Messer as like the joint guardians of the baby, which was definitely unplanned because none of them had children. Messer was just living his life, you know, just as a regular guy. And then Holly was living her life as a self-employed person. I'll stop there, so I don't want to get any spoilers out of there. So to give a good opinion of this movie, I think this movie was pretty good. I know sometimes when I look at Rotten Tomatoes, I don't really trust them all the time. Maybe on certain movies, yes, but when it comes to these type of movies, they don't have a grasp to get a full understanding of watching a movie. That's just my personal opinion, and I ain't trying to crap on them or anything, but a lot of them probably don't even watch the whole film to get a better understanding. But anyway, I digress. This was a really interesting film from Katherine Heigl and Josh Duhamel. And I was watching it, like, I really loved the plot of this movie because I don't think there was ever a plot like this before, where a married couple had a child and then, you know, it went out and left the baby to their friends as like custody. I've never seen a movie like this. I think this is probably one of the better films from Katherine Heigl. I always loved Knocked Up. That was probably one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movies from her. And then you have The Ugly Truth, which I'll review in the future. I think everyone did a pretty good, solid acting skills on here. During the movie, they kind of hit hard times. One of my favorite scenes from the movie is when that social worker came through, who is Janine, that's Sarah Burns' character.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Janine Groff, your caseworker from social services.
They came through unannounced, or she came through unannounced, trying to get everything squared away, making sure everything is fine under the household. And then another scene I like was when Messer had an opportunity to be like the supervisor for his job, like the technical director. And then you got Fajon Love. He plays a little small part. He's like the cab driver.
All right, thank you for the ride, Walter.
Oh, you call, I can. That's how a man makes his money, baby. Now, what's up with my floor seat, sucker?
And Messer has the baby, so he's trying his best to do his job while, you know, while the baby is there. And it's a whole total mess, man. And then my last scene on this movie was when Messer and Holly got in a little small argument about a few things. And I'm not going to mention it on here, but I love the scene because it goes to show that even though this is a comedy film, it got very serious. So those are some of my favorite scenes off of the movie. Oh, I'll say one more. The other part when they was kind of fussing at each other after he came back from his job. After Messer came back from his job, they had like a little argument with each other, but arguing silently. you know, while the baby was sleeping. That was kind of crazy, man.
You know what? You should probably get laid yourself, except to have sex, you gotta find somebody who can stand you first.
With that being said, if you like comedy, drama films, or even a little romance, I think you would dig this movie. I always like movies with Katherine Heigl in it anyway. I think she's a really pretty good actress. I hate to hear what happened to her like through the years. If y'all know her background, y'all know what happened to her and why you don't really see her in films as much anymore. So, but that's it though. Shout out to Greg Berlanti for directing this film. Shout out to Katherine Heigl, Josh Duhamel with this film. And then also Melissa McCarthy plays a little something on here as Dee Dee. That's pretty much it, man. Shout out to everybody who was involved with this film. Like I said, into movies like this with parenting included too. I say that. You would definitely like this movie. Shout out to the real folks. And I'll be on here back with another review. All right. Peace out, guys.